kublei pi baro yipriang subhai pi chakatuk kubor jong pengor cable news haswa pengne sedang ye ki kubor ki jongi ini kmi kimat bakong san takatiyo penbenau James PK Sangma bade ben penduk pendam no ya ka an khalai ba onami ka penduk pendam on perkheng ya kerkom kit yu do yong ubadan ha jela let kawang sentiu ka hito ya ka sekretariat ying sa OCM bat ya ka office rekam ke NPP bat BJP hadin live news nam ka jing simpor khaddu khatwa la play ya ka hotel ka badan ha khandai la wani shimenta kinong job bat kinong ile kai ha ka Olympic ha ka mega kai fest arajar ar ha tham bat arngut kirang he doksa kin nikmat ek jela ha karensan amateur Olympia ha Mumbai namar ka jing persat jor jang ki babon balang banbu ya ka tem khalai casino ha pori bhoi district bat ya ka an khalai ne ka Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Act khadu khatwa menteri sarkar ka jela James PK Sangma haksi pelai jogata yo ulapan pau bade ben penduk pendam no shisndon ya kani ka an khalai na ka benta ka bet ka biang jogata jela
Menteri Sarkar Jela Wakmi Ekatnat Taxation James PK Sangma hakashpau trek risau arhajar arpuar ula pente bagi Sarkar Jela kan selum ke jingelang bat kinongelam jangka khasi jantia Church Leaders Forum KJCLF banetai sani halo ke jingdawa jongki kata ban ombo yaka kasino hari boy bat ban penduk pendamno yak an khalai neka Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Act habaya keren bikinong pathai kubor James PK Sangma ulong bakalong ke badan kam ke Sarkar Jela ban sngap ikinu kisur jing sngokya jong kinu ki kenhun ki bami khmat ki balang bat ke Sarkar kan selum ke jingelang bane keren ki neka kam bat an sakhmi bnya kumno bane le ban penya chkhmat ya ke neka kam kani ke jingkran James PK Sangma ke hadian baka KJCLF hakah nyau tarik urisau arhajar arpuar kala penlong ya ke jinge seng bo jing dwai kerpang haka KJP English Service Church kebadan hakan dailat ban pen ko ongo ya ke Sarkar Jela ban pen sange no ke jing temu ban bo ya ke casino hari boy bat ban pendam no ya ke Gaming Act.
And I would like to also tell you this that I will be setting up a meeting to discuss this issue with them and to see how we can take things forward.
James PK Sangma ulapan pau bagi jingsha kawang tear gas ne katadam pensat khmat kinohikai kalong ke aka ke baamla ban pediang satya khamtam habaga jingki jongki kalong ke bajai jai James PK Sangma ulong bagi bor pulit kemla ban pedonkam da ke bakawang da ke tear gas sikipat ba ne kinohikai ke bapenlong ya ke jingki ke bajai jai Ulong bakane ke jingsha kawang tear gas kinohikai kalong ke aka ke baamla ban pediang bat kalong ru ke jingja ke basmusi bat amde syu banja kumne nang ne shakmat
It was uncalled for any kind of force used on not just teachers but any section of society who wants to peacefully protest. I think it's very uncalled for and very unfortunate. It should not have happened.
Ha kawai pat kaliang unong yalam ke NPP James PK Sangma ulong bak All India Trinamool Congress kabadan hakaliang persya Kaba syutu iki MLA hakajela kam dan hok ban kam bakayang nagabenta ke surjung patba. Hakabede bagajing keno ke All India Trinamool Congress bak Sarkar MDA kadap deki kam bamsap. James PK Sangma ulong baki breu ki baem hagi yeng masna dekayet kimdai satya ban kawang mau syeki yeng joki wei pat ki breu. Bar ulapan kan mau ru baki breu ki badan hakaliang persya ki dairu ki badan haki Sarkar haki snem ki balalet. Ulong baban sukan no bat kedau keti ki weipat klem ki sakhi bala ban pensisha kalong babakla shibun. Ha kabaidai be gejing kop tainya unong aiktian ke All India Trinamool Congress usaket gokle. James PK Sangma ulong ba gejing kop tainya kamlong ke badan kam. Bala dabaro ki bun kam ha kaban tainya manopat banwansha secretariat bantrei ki kam ki jam.
The opposition, when you talk about, are also people who have been in the ruling government. There have been many accusations which have been hurled against them, and they are also answerable for all those accusations. But just to throw stones and just to point fingers at others, I think, and that too with unsubstantiated facts, is I think unsubstantiated data is I think very wrong. If all the ministers in the government were to start engaging in public debates, who would come to the secretariat and who would do their work? So I think that we appreciate the concerns of Mr. Gokhale. I mean, he's very free to express his views. But then I think, challenging the Honorable Chief Minister or the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister to a debate, I think that's something that's not required. People will eventually cast their vote and will eventually, whether they accept the DITC or they don't, we will have to see that after the elections in 2023. But as of now, I would just like to say that without having fought a single elections and by having, just hijacked, some of the MLAs and brought them into their fold, I don't think that gives them the right to, say that they are the voice of the people and they represent the voice of the people. It is elections which actually give the mandate to people.
Halor ke jingkeno ke All India Trinamool Congress ba ke NPP ke lepen ken ya ke hukum ke yang syari Supreme Court. Halor ke jing mamla ban ai jing ken ya ke jing penlut dak election MLA Arhazar Khatpra. U James PK Sangma ulong ba ke All India Trinamool Congress kadai ban le ashwa ya ke homework haswa ban keno persya ke NPP namar ke seng ke labot gi kendon ke belabo daka election commission kari.
The AITC is the party which is alleged to have made that statement. I think they should go and do their homework.
What about the expenditure on buildings? NPP buildings, NPP party buildings.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. That I think it would be good for people of that stature, of that level of leadership, to do their homework. Without doing their homework and giving statements like this, it's very, very unprofessional. I can tell you this, that the party follows every rule that has been set by the Election Commission. We are very, very, aware of our responsibilities as an organization as to what we are supposed to do and what we are not supposed to do. And we are very careful about all these compliances.
Ka komiti ka balakli da u Justice BP Kataki ka bakmi ia ka kam ha ka bay day bu do yong ha ka sihat majai jo tayo kalalumi ka jingelang bat ki he officer ko jala bat klamanjur ia ka comprehensive plan ni ka jing pen kre pura na ka banta ban penkit bat ban lilam ya u do yong u bala dep banti ha ka jala u Justice BP Kataki ulalumi ka jingelang da ka jing tumu ban yo e ka jing tep ki bapaka ya ke jing don udo yong hapo ke jela nadu ki por shuwa ba ke NGT kan khang ye ke jing ti ba ke jing khayi udo yong hapo ke jela habai kren bikinong pathai khubor u kataki ulong ba ki kam ki jam kila ya chakman bat kila jan dep artat ban khmi bnia ye ke jing don udo yong u bala dep banti haswa ba ke NGT kan khang ye ke jing ti do yong hapo Southwest Khasi Hills District but Southwest Garo Hills District ulong ba ka East Jante Hills kabade ke district kabadan bu ni udo yong kala dep ban lum jing tep kumba sanpho na ka chispa e ka jing don jo do yong bat na kaliang u deputy commissioner ula pentikina ba ha ka kha sautri urisau kini le ban pendap ya ka jing khmi bnya bat ban ai ka jing khen ya ka jing don jo do yong u kataki ula ong bawa la ka sarkar kala kam ba udo yong ubala dep banti udon palat ya ka laipu ar metric ton henrei u kwa ban yo e ka jing tep ko pura haswa ban thau ye ka policy trikam na ka banta ban kit bat ban lilam yo do yong ulong ba kimat ki bakun thop ha ka policy trikam kilong halor kumnu ban penkit yo do yong ban pen kre ka chalan bat ki ai ki banta ki bakong san ki bade ban don ha ka chalan
the sale of 32 lakh metric ton. I said that no, not 32 lakh, because that may be 10 lakh, that may be 20 lakh. That's what I said, that it is the quantity to be ascertained upon re-verification without naming any particular quantity of coal, but that cannot be more than 32 lakh in any case. And we have also formulated a policy how the transportation is to be carried out, how the challans are to be prepared, what features are to be there in the challans, how the challans to be cancelled after once it is utilized, because there are lots of allegation of reusing the challans again and again. And what would be the contents of the challans, the name of the driver. Every truck must have the GPS system so that the truck could be located. Every truck must move a designated route till the border, except those quantity of coal which is permitted to be sold within the district, within the state of Meghalaya, because there are requirement in the state of Meghalaya even. They can sell it. But there will be a different procedure for cancellation of challans also in that case. So challans should, apart from the name of, registration number of the vehicle, the name of the owner, name of the driver, the route by which that truck will go have to be mentioned. Where's Khasi Hills?
Khasi Hills, it was 3.19 lakh metric ton. So out of that, they have already done 3.08.
So they are yet to do around 600 reassessment in respect of 6,000 and odd metric ton is left to be decided. And what they have found is less than what the inventory says. Not that quantity of coal. And in South Garo Hills in Alphaville, almost same. Almost same.
Yes.
NGT to a oversight committee constituted by the NGT. And oversight committee also could not, for the reasons which they know best, could not finalize. But in today's proceeding, we could finalize that. That's a positive steps, at least I could do in that respect. Since the revised comprehensive plan has been finalized, and which would be notified by the government of Meghalaya within a very short period of time. That's what they assured me today. And my next step is to ascertain the quantity of coal. I'm in that process. In 2 districts, they have almost completed the assessment of availability of coal, which was mined prior to the imposition of ban. And that is
Southwest Khasi Hills
Southwest Khasi Hills
and South Garo Hills.
South Garo Hills, they have almost completed. As you know, the majority of the quantity of coal available was East Jaintia Hills district. That is major coal producing district. They could almost 50% they could assess, and 50% work is still to be done. And the Deputy Commissioner in today's proceeding has assured me that he will complete it by 14th of this month. So therefore, as requested by the High Court, I am here to oversee the implementation of various directions. My first attempt is to ascertain the exact quantity of coal available, because they said it's more than 32 lakh metric ton. I must know before formulating any policy of transportation as well as the auction, because while formulating the policy we must know what is the quantity to be transported from one place to another and how much time it will require, and thereafter how much time it will require to auction it. So unless you do not know the quantity, exact quantity available, it is really difficult to formulate the exact policy. And in terms of the Supreme Court order, the comprehensive policy for transportation and the auction of coal was not finalized till date, because so many reasons. I do not blame any particular agency or any particular department of the government, and that responsibility was given by the NGT to an oversight committee constituted by the NGT. And the oversight committee also could not, for the reasons which they know best, could not finalize. But in today's proceeding, we could finalize that. That's a positive steps, at least I could do
Justice BP kataki ula ong ba namar ba kala don kejeng keno bala pendan kam de kijuk ki calan kum taka komiti kala betha badai ban penduk pendam no iki calan sisien bala de ban pendan kam. Nalur kani haka calan dei ruban kedau ya ka kerteng jong nongnya bat ya ka surok ka ba dei ban ya lingba. Bat man lagi trok ki de ban pendat ya ki GPS kenang ba on la ban but dia ni kini ki trok baro. Ula ong ru ba ki trok Kidai ben ya tang nagi surok kumbala kedau haka calan, lat nyok tang ye kitu kitrok ki bakit ye udau yong uba pendan kam hi hapo ka jela. Lak ban kedau ba ka Supreme Court haka lai teri unai tung arajar kat kendai, kala syak ban ti ye udau yong ubadan hapo ka jela, nrei ka deipat ban long da ka babut renti egi kendon jong ka Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act kat kendai sepak sampinyo, bat ka Mineral Concession Rules kat kendai sepak nrupo.
The High Court has directed to take up the issue relating to the 29 coke oven plants. I have dealt with that, and in my report, based on the information furnished by the state government, none of the coke plant is in operation according to the state government, and those 29 coke oven plants, in respect of few, though initially consent to establish was granted, those were cancelled, and in respect of those 29, none of them as on date have either the consent to establish or consent to operate. So therefore, without the consent to establish and consent to operate, they cannot run as coke oven plants. Since they do not have the consent as required under the environmental laws, there is no question of procuring any coal from any source. And the source from the state of Meghalaya, only source is purchase of coal through auction conducted by CIL in terms of the Supreme Court order. And other than there is no other source. In one of my report, I have informed the Honorable High Court that more than 80 coke oven plants are in operation. That finding I have recorded. But I am saying only in respect of 29. The High Court has told me to see 29 specific coke oven plants. So I cannot comment in respect of the other coke oven plants because that was not the mandate. I cannot do anything other than what the High Court directs.
Arngut ki MLA ki bakuntop ya ka kong amperin lingdo bad uba mu Henry Rapsang ki lapan pau ya ka jing sokhia halor ka jing bam yo umbam umdi chu ki pajba ha ka nong ba shalong bat ha ka si pele chu ta yo ka sarkar jela kala lum ya ka jing yalang ban ya tai halor ka ni ka jing e ya ka ni ka jing yalang ka bala long ha secretariat la lum do chief secretary ka jela uba DP walang ha ka balai don lang ki he officer jong ka PHE bat shalong municipal board rengkat ba ka kong amperin lingdo bat uba mu Henry Rapsang Kakong ampri lengdo kala ong ba kum ke MLA kala hak bantiet hakador khat arajar tengka na kebentalai tayo bat kat no tam ki pat ba ki bawan ni ki long yeng baduk kin la bantiet ka bat kani ke jeng kedo ke jur bah hapo Shillong West Shillong East bat nong thamai constituency kala itu ba katnat PHE kam la ban penpoi ka bam kadai namar ka jeng bam yo tikna ya ka boarding electric ban pentre kam ya ki pom hamau plang bat ka sarkar ka diban petnyo kam kloy ya kani ka kam namar wat apdeng jong ka ayom babun uslam ki kor ki terkhong kala ong ba kala don ru ka jing tlat hakatnat municipal board bakan penstat hakaban penbiang ya ka bam hakilong yeng long sem bat habayat ki surok la sakhi beki pipe kila bethelot hakaba kinala kila slei kat ba ka pat kampoi haki yeng brio ka kong amperin kala ong ba dei ban tekno iki pipe bat ban yo ino paka ka diban poi sa kiyeng sa gibrio. Kala ong baki pat ba ki siyo ka khajana sa municipal, bat haba ka kam poi sa kiyeng, kadi ka kamram sa municipal ban penpoi ya ka daki kali Kani ka MLA kala yathu baka sarkar kala kular ban shimkia ban penbet ya kani ka jengkerdo hapo ar ni lai tayo. Bat kala kunturu iki pat ba ki dei ban sumar bahaya laki jong ki pipe bat haba ki kediak ni dukut no Kidei ben shim kiamat dor ban maramot kenang baka kanum tut kai hakilenti kisengkian.
Namar bangi ladep yoi menta la arsnem. Ka kabawan siya kanong ba shilong kam long kababit kababyang bat kabala ban pendap penbiang ya kajing don kam jong kinong song snong haslong hakapor bangi pentri kam ya ka JNNURM ladon kata kajing kular bangin pendap penbit ya kani ka kabawan senong ba selong shen bat ngi expect ya kataru bakan long no timenta balay bakar haslong city kamtam lele haslong west hanong tumay bat haslong east Daitang namar ba kata kajing ay boarding ban penyat ya kita kipong hangtay hapo mau plang kilong kibambit kibambiang bat mla ban pentri kam ya kita kipong tingi ginong snong ngimtip ya kata kajing don kam jong kata ka boarding ban penyat ya kita ngikwa ya ke sorkar bakan pek no kam klo ya kani kam namar hapdeng jong kajing ka ayong babon uslam kikor jongi ki yailong ki botorkok tingilayo ya kata ka jingpin tikna na i chief secretary haden bangilayo ya kren pat i menen pat i chief minister ru bat ni kwa ban yo i bakani ka jongi haslong city kanlong ka babit ka babyang kanungut kibriyo kila banthet ya ka lada ka MLA kat hajar hakalay tayo ka hapelut ban penpoy hayen tamut dur lelay uduk usuk ukup siliang usem siliang habalayawan ra ikini skim de pau nem benta ni kwa ikini skim bakin rekamba niyo iru bakadon kajing telot haka municipal board bakan pensapriang ya kata ka si gilong sem pia da surok pia iksurok kaje labat lot kipay ngilaong iki pagkiday bante no siya ni kito kipay ka siya kiyen kamrong ka siya kinala katoy tingilaong ya ka PhD rengkat bat ka municipal board bakimla siya ban ya kajahap ring jong kini ki artli ki government departments kini ki agencies jong ka government ngi kwa man pek baka siya yen kapoy ngim song tho kat no don kam boarding rengi song tho habaka kampoy siya di menta kasngi nilong ki bakmen ni songo yung chief secretary ni songo yung chief minister bulas ngap ikajing ot itong ni bat ngi kemen ban ya tho yaki bahaka por bam don hakajing sisya ka municipal board ba ship niya ka tax na pina nga kaday ban putpoy ken ko sa gidong disnong daka tanka baligim le kata day ban wat lenti ken ban le kata penpoy no ya ko sa giyen gisem gijungi lembak kita ki cupi dalaya kren meneng ilam badon south ligi tanki ki bala temen pelan ki mla subanian tika long ka bas nutenat bamantangin yo sa santali kita ki tanki ki batemai tanki ket ki ban yera ya kita ki syakidong kisno hoy hadu menta kadon gejing ya kren bahap siu nangi ki amale rengilong ki bakloy ban siu ngilong ki bakloy ban siu ngingat ru bakan ni gejing kerdu onsa penbeteng no onsa penbahano shen bat ngin saya pekyang hadin lai tayo kolong kumno bat ngangangen bakan dawan sa kataka smart city project ngin nang penklan shu ikini hagajing siya kata dayru ini bangin bujli no iki pipe ki balarim ki service pipe chungi ki babon ki bawan chigidong kisno idei ki balas tau lani bo lani sna nado 1985 1986 tekum kecing embryo ki pipe kita men tingin ya perkhat ya kani kakam ki bon ki funding sources komenta bat ngangen bakan nang bha ngin nang pen bha ngin nang moromon ten khat kinong song snong ru pidi ban kit kyaken haba piyu i upai chu pi bathai no asrong long ki bapik ngor ban pha te no ban pa pen bha no nawar pinshu expect tantang ya ke sorkaru let's say teng kamla long tambawala kataru kumki MLA ngila persyang kat bala ban pen bahaya kani
Hakawai pat kaliang ka kong amperin kala ong ba wat laki nong kersan kila lit ban penyeso bat ka seng NPP Henry kanempat rai kerki bak kansale ya ka badan kam hakapor babiang kala ong ru ba kumba upat ba ula jit ya kana ka seng kongres kumta kan yai ne bet hakani ka seng hadu bakut ka samoy trikam halor ka jingkam jukinong yalam jong ka kongres bagi pat ba kidang sania Bat kadon ke jingkermen ban sensar biang ia ke jelah ke election ke banwan nakaliang ka kong amprin lengdo kala ong ba om la ban tip ia ke ke ban ja ia ke sen kongres ha ke election MLA arhajar arpulai Henry kan long ke ba ke kongres ban job bun teli ki seat namarkani ke seng kala be wat iki MLA ki bedang don hapok ke seng kala ong ba ki bak hampat do nut halur ke jing pra ke seng kongres ha ke jela ki di kisan ngut ki MLA ki bela syak suspend ha ke seng bat kumbalong menta ka pau ba ke seng kongres ka dei ke jong nuri jong nu ka New Trap Integrated Territorial Organization HITO ha ke si thok di jo ta yo kala let ban bread da ki sentio ha secretariat ha ke ying sa jong menteri rang ba ke jela bat hak office rekam jong keseng NPP bat BJP kum kadak ban pendam juri ke jing syak kawang bom tear gas jong kinong hikai hakan riu terik mata ubenai Haswaban sedang ikini jing ki ke bacai jai kinong elam joko hitu kile lum hakmat umat saknam jong ukiang nang ba ubadan marjan bak civil hospital. Ha kebalawan bani sementa de ki spak ngut ban persak jur bat pendram jur ki pulet ki bela kawang de ki bom tia gas ye kinong hikai ha kapor baki penlong ye ke jing ki ke bacai jai ha keba kile lam lang ye ki kun kikti. U presiden ke hitu uba dan bok dekar rengkat bat kiwi kinong elam kila yalam ye ki pat ba bat kila lej ban kawang di kisentiu ya ke sekretariat kabadai ke Jakarta rekam jong ki menteri sarkar ke jela bat kiwe bat hadian kani kila lej ban kawang di kisentiu ha ke office rekam jong ke seng Bharatiya Janata Party bat ha ke ying sa jong menteri rang ba ke jela u konrat ki sangma kabadan ha Auckland kila pun kot pat ia kani ke jing kawang sentiu ha ke office rekam jong ke seng National People's Party kabadan ha Luar Lachumia la sakiru ba hagani gesni kibor peniak distrik la penjuri kejeng apahra hagini ki jaka kiba ka hitu bat gipat ba kilalik ban kawang de kisentiu ban penti kena ba kanemi kanu-kanu ka huri-hura
Đây, ni buram, ni kalau kami lajong. Kai kita kile men hakani, pergi kawang tiar gas, itu kita gi kau pot kemdai gi senrang hendrai ngi peni gi jinglong senrang gi jinglong man bat ngi dei kita ikun jong ngi mai thok bangi dei gi ribuman hato kila banong bangi dei kile no kubur bangi dei kile no hendrai ngim dei gi boteng ngim ju boteng ya kano ke isu ke bakta di gari ba ke bende nyo trap ke kubur ke basai lada kani ke sarkar MDA kadang ya terha ikajal pendeu ke jongi bahkan long discriminate lani ban sha silang ya ka an te kan mau baka hito lada tidang yai tunjuk kum ni kan nakapor ba discriminate yangi kat kum ka an ka hito hi kan ai no ka FK47 man lo wei pu wei khot jong ka hito tang ban im kri baka jal pendeu yang the rak snam haban da pe khmat kan ni ke sarkar suat ba kan tip shahi bu senrang u imman kesi ujap pang sisia
Banili ban penbore ke sarkar bakan thongkam purano ya baro kinong trei jong ka Meghalaya Energy Corporation Limited MECL ki bela trei palat ya ka shipusnem hakala asu ible jong ka tayo ka MECL Progressive Workers Union kala sedang ya ka jingi ki jong ka da ka basong kalan mengor haki kerpong jong ka office Meghalaya Power Distribution Corporation Limited ka Badan Marjan baka main secretariat.
Inqilab Zindabad! Inqilab Zindabad! Inqilab Zindabad!
Ki nong tre jong ka Meghalaya Energy Corporation Limited apok kalama jong ka MECL Progressive Workers Union MEPWU. Hakala snu blai ke penlong da gaji ki ke bajai-jai ha Meghalaya Power Distribution Corporation Limited ke Badan Marjan bat ke secretariat. Bandawan ke sarkar bantung kampurano ya ginong trei jong ke MECL ki bela trei palat ya ke shposnem. Ka MEPWU ke penlong da ke jingshong klan mongor ke besteng kenta ha ke por bamja. Bat kani kalong man la kasni hado ka khat sau terik urisau bala ke sarkar kadang yai kuman kin penlong sindon da ke jingyat patba ha ka khat nyu terik urisau ke ban sedang na ke office trekam jong ke MECL ke badan halum jingshai bat on penkot hajan secretariat. Ki nong elam ke MEPWU ki lepen pau bakadau ko penlong yaki ban penlong ya jing yaki kadai bagi bor ki badai kimi hado menta kim shim lakot ekran ya ke union wala ki lapha de jing tho labun sin u vice president ka CCORMAU uba Arjud Khar ulong bagladan gejing ekran ha kasnam arazar khat pra bat ki bor kimi ha ka bag latrwa bantung kampura ya kito gblatre khat san snem Kadbak MEPWU keladawa beri bentung kampurano ya barok kebelatrai palat ya keshposnem. Ulong bakam dan jeng ya ke sarkar bakantung kampurano ikidong trai ke MECL lada ke sarkar ke doni kamon. Balada ke sarkar ke shimkia ban pentrai kambha ya ke corporation bakan emat ya ke jing do onong.
Kubuway ni ki officer ki represent nakaliang jaka management. But kumangai I ya ke kaba I power minister ila ai ke reply apo ke August House hagan ke assembly ke beladep session ke beladep ki penmi ya kato yo kadan ka inha ban pe ya ki legal complications segiwe ki hurdles ngangan ong pi hang ni lada ka sarkar kamon kamdan kata ka legal complication ka hurdles namar ba hakato ka minutes kala long very clear wala offer ki ya kata khatam snem itu ke baladap khatsan snem ke continuous service subject to ke performance ke jongki ke bakinyo ya ke internal report ke performance ke jongki nagi controlling officer kamut year wise kat ke baladap ya kata khatsan snem in regularize ya ki but ke financial involvement ru kamlong ke babun but kamdan hi kata ke impact ke banlong ke massive impact at one go so it is a gradual ke bakanya hakaman usnem tengah sengo bakani ka DKA ka baka roadmap nila de drone ka balong ka bashay ka barong very clear tingi syukwa ya ka MDA government nai linglang ya contractual employees of MECL but kiwe ki contractual employees ki bade po ka state government ni ha kiwe ki departments ma namara ngilong la ka jong ha ngilong autonomous handang idon kam tangka sincerity but ka dedication but some harsh measures kebangi di benshim kumakilapan pau kini ki colleagues number 1 ngi babun ki unnecessary loans ki bangi shim But kumjuru, ki lost areas. Inya kerensya yang ni, there is no point menginya hide, menginya buri, ngihap belong open. Yaki lost areas. Village, what jingtip? Nagi office ki jongi, nagi director office, hakaba finlap. Gidan ki areas, ki bakal lost ke jongka, kalong haduk 75 to 80%. What is the reason for this? But bagi dia reduce, ya ke power purchase. Kumong ong mentahang ni, namar ba, what la ka revenue ke jongi, lalu collect, ke revenue ke banyak pusan, lalu prapu kuror, monthly ru, handrai nghaban service, ya kini ki loans ki jongi, ki ba kot, segi sapau 1,000 crore, kumjoro, nghaban service, daily, ya kan ka power purchase. Ngani thu ifi amduna, ya ka 1.5 to 2 crores daily ngihap deposit. Larang ngim deposit kumta, kemudian nginum yo ikan ka power. Te kai ke bos ngsi kolong ba, kala ban long mangi ngi thiet ikan ka power, ngi shik ki areas, ki belong lost areas. Te where is the business? Ka bangi ngile. Ya kan ni. Tangan ong namar balai ba, ki behe ke jongi ki song tho ba. So it needs a political will. If there is a political will, mai I bakini ki issues kilong ki baret. Kim long ki behe. The financial implications nakabanta gini ki contractual employees ru iba ndap khatan snem yearly kat kisnem kanum dan kata massive financial involvement.
Hakasi hat majai jogota yo menteri katnat PHE uba renek tan lengdo tongkhar ulapan bena ba ke jela Meghalaya kala penlut hadu khatnrius pak klur tengka na kabenta bansam umbam umdi syakipat ba leng ba ke skim Jal Jeevan Mission lani ke JJM. Bat kila don khat saus pak teli kisnong kibalala ban penteri kampura kata shispa nak shispa ya ke JJM. Habakren siginong patay kubor uba renik tan uloong baka sarkar jela kalabu thong ban ajung mentoy leng baka skim JJM syaki san point prak handai lak teli kilong yeng bat hadu menta ke sarkar kala dep ban mang kumba san point riu ar lak teli ki yeng hapok ke jela. Bat ke sarkar kan penbun su ikilong yeng ban yo ya ke umbam syakan riu point lai not lak teli. Uba renik tan ulay thu ba hadu menta kila dan palat khat saus pak teli kisnong hapok ke jela ha ke ba man la kilong yeng kila yo ya ke umbam umdi leng ba ke JJM. Uloong ba wat la ke jela Meghalaya kala syak penkup buram kum kawe ni ke jela hapok ke ri India kabala penteri kam bahai ya ke skim JJM hendai kidang don bun ki kam bakatanat PHE ke don kam ban le na ke benta ke jung mentoy jung kipat ba. Uni menteri sarkar lo penpau bakalong ko bakongsan ban yo e ke jing trelang hapadeng ki kontraktor ki ofisar sarkar bat baro ki badan benta kenang ban penti kena ban pendap e ke jing penteri kam ya ke skim JJM ha kapor balabu. Uloong ru ba haduk menta ke jing penteri ya ke skim JJM hapok ke jela kalatam ya ke saupau na ke cispa. Bat nakaliang katenat kaile kat bala ban penstet ya ke ni ke projek ha keleng kisnong na ke benta ka bit ke biang jong kinong song snong.
We have just received the Presidential Award on the performance of JJM done by our department PHE. We had a review meeting today and it is a fruitful one, and we try to understand even though our officers, our engineers, they have given their best effort, but we know that there are still scope to do better. So we understand from them, and we have had an open debate, open discussion, for which we have requested all the engineers, the officers, to speak out whatever they have in their mind, whatever suggestion that they have, to ensure that we can do better, we can improve the achievement of JJM. So I'm very happy to tell you that we had a fruitful discussion, and we found out also some solution of others' problem, especially with regards to the delay in making payment to the contractors. We have found out the way, because we understand that we need the strong cooperation that to support us to be able to complete this mission from the grassroots, from the contractors, all the officers, and we need to work together, and we need to solve each other's problem. So we have been able to find out the solution today in this meeting. I want to also tell you that we are happy that we have been able to sanction the LSSC has been able to clear the sanction up to more than 5,62,000 numbers of households till now. Only few numbers of households is remaining. Otherwise, most of the household has been addressed, has been planned and sanctioned. If you remember, the total numbers of households that we targeted by the government is 5,89,888 numbers of households. And yes, we are happy to tell you that now it has been increased. More than 6,30,000 numbers of household has been earmarked, and we are going to sanction to more than 6,30,000 numbers of household. Besides that, not only we are able to do the work, but the functionality for which we have received the award, it is very, very big, and we have all appreciated the hard work given by all the executive engineers, SDO, GEs, and we need their hard work to ensure that we are able to continue, because functionality is the question, whether we are able to ensure that our pipeline should be functional all the time. That is a big issue, and we have discussed this point also, so we hope we will be able to continue maintaining the functionality of the pipe of the water tap connection.
Ka expert committee ka ban ajung mut ya ka sarkar ban penek pensa bat ban yada ya ki kiwa kala syong jingelang ha ka si pelai jung ta yo bat kala shim ya ka rai bashan kan sepenmi ya ka action plan ni ka sin jam ki ba kan shim ban pen khut bat ban pen ki embyang ki wa ki badan ha keleng ke jala Meghalaya. Ya kan ni jingelang lalum da chairman jo ka expert committee uba biki lingwa ubalong ru principal chief conservator of forest ha ka balawan ban shim mentalang de ki dukhat ban ya tai sani halor ki sin jam ban shim nang ni sakman ban penek pensa bat ban ya dai ki ki wa uba biki lingwa ha bai kren biki nong pathai kubor ulong ba ka committee kadang pen kre ban thau ya ka action plan ka ban long kat kum ki jaka ki badan ki wa bat kan trikam habarok wi jela lat no tangi hitu ki wa ki bahap hapo ka jingeda ka tanat wildlife reserve forest bat ki wa ki bakmi da ka state wetland authority bat ka river rejuvenation committee unong aktien ka expert committee unaba bata charji ulong ba ka committee kala dep pha ye ka jing pentip sabarok ki deputy commissioner ya ka ei ka ba ki de ban le ban itu iki wa ki bala sakta ki bala sak penjabo bat ki bala sak penjaklia hakabai de bat ka jing jabo jong pung yam unaba ulong ba kat ba ompat la ban simkhia ya ka wa sirpi ba ka wa kra kumta onom la ban le e ka pung yam namar ki jabo ki batut na ka wa kra bat sirpi ki poilot sa ka pung yam kumban sukdo ya ka expert committee la thau ha ka apply tri ujliu arajar ar kat kum ka hukum jo ka Meghalaya High Court ban ajung mut ya ka sarkar jela ban shimi sin jam na ka banta ban penek pensa yada ban pen khut ye ki wa ki badan hajala Meghalaya.
Because of that NGT case, our Umkra, Shirpi, then your Kerhukla, Nangba, Umtriu, Lukha and Mintedu. These 7 rivers are being dealt by a separate committee. Then we have 53 wetlands, which again is taken care of by the wetland authority, which are deemed to be polluted, will be taken up by this committee. Now what has happened after the first meeting of this expert committee, we sent out a format to all the deputy commissioners of all the districts, giving the parameters through which they are to identify these water bodies which are affected, polluted, contaminated, and submit a report. So today we had a meeting to review the information passed on by the districts. Few of the districts, 3 or 4 districts, they were not very clear pertaining to the format circulated. So we have today cleared and clarified and given them 10 days time to come back with the information. Some districts have submitted as per the format. So once we get the information from all the districts, we will collate this information and will come up with expert prescriptions to the different ills which are affecting the different water bodies. Now you will appreciate that these water bodies, their problems are not uniform or similar. It may differ from even one water body to another. In an earlier report submitted by the districts before this committee was constituted, we have seen we have about over 10,000 water bodies in our state. To get the baseline data is very, very important before we can recommend any action which is to be undertaken. And to collect the baseline data, you need 2 season study, the dry season and the rainy season. So we have earmarked about 6 months time from now, 6 to 7 months, by which all the data will be coming in here. In the district level, we have recommended the deputy commissioners to open a helpline sort of with WhatsApp in district level, because all of you will appreciate that without the involvement of the stakeholders at the base of the pyramid at the grassroots level, nothing can go forward. It will remain confined within this room. So our committee feels that the people should be involved and coming out with the issues faced in their respective areas.
Banile ban pen klan ban pen sai so ek jing dawa ban pha toket ha ka Central Bureau of Investigation kata ka CBI halor ka jing sha siat yap uba Chesterfield thank you kasur ka bri nyutrap ha kala asu blai jong ta yo kala le cha secretariat ban ada ka jing tho shaki MLA jong ka rilum khasi ba jaintia ban pa ne ka jing kershan halor ka ni ka mat jing dawa
Kasur ka bri unyo trap hakala sing ublay jong tayo kala let ai de jing tho Shaki MLA jong karilum khasi jantia ha ka ba kala pa ne ka jing kershan bandawa na ka sarkar jela ban pha toket ha ka CBI halor ka jing sha siat yap uba Chesterfield thankheu ha ki pulet ha ki yeng sa jong u ha mo lai kan ton masar ki nong elam kasur ka bri unyo trap kila let ban ai ki jing tho ha man la ki kamera jong ki menteri sarkar bat kumjo iki MLA ki besong ha secretariat da kawe ki jing thmu bakin chim khyalem ha gaban kersha ne ki jing dawa jong ne ka kanhun unong elam jong kasur ka bri hunyo trap uba Thomas Pasa ulong bak inquiry commission kala kro shai kedar ha ka kai pot jongka baka tactical team 1 kala penon kampalat pot e ka bor jongka hadu ban shims non ne ki jing im jong ba Cheris ubalong u general secretary berem ke HNLC ulong balada ka kanhun jong ki pulet kelale hakar kom ke badai kan ompoi hud uput bau ba Cheris undu ela ke jingim hendrai ka tactical team 1 kala penan kam palat put ya kebor batlam syaka jingyap jong ba Cheris kumta de ban bisyare ki bat ban ai ke jing pen saja yakini ke badan keti kat kum ki kendon an uba Thomas ula penken mauru bau menteri rang ba ke jela ula keren syai ba ke sarkar jela kan apsyai ke ba mi na ka kai pot jing tokit bat kan sale ke badan kam Hendrai hadu menta ke sarkar kam syim lale AA walak ladap ban pen bena pat ba ya ka kai pot jing tokit ulabot jing keli balai ba ke sarkar ke sengap jar bat balai kedang artatien ban penishtam ke badan keti wala ka kai pot jing tokit kala kedau syai baga jing yap jong ba Cheris kadai namar ka jing penan kam palat put ya ka bor daga tactical team 1 Uba Thomas uladawa bag sarkar kare ban IT no mardor ha CBI ban penlong ya ke jing tokit bat ban syem ki senjam kat kumkaan ban ujor ya ka charge sheet bat ban ra e ka kam syaki yang syari bat kasur ka bri unyo trap kam kwa bagane ka kam kan cukut no tang ha ke jing pan jing pensai jong sarkar jela na ka tactical team 1
dap ya ka inquiry lanin pendalami kata ka report cukup inquiry te menta pada berada mi kata ka report inquiry jikali walau balai pada nang skaps dan sarkar nang skap kamdon ka jing isen jam lima ka government ka sim ban pensistem ka kumkaan ya kiba don kiti hak de kam ka paman te na kale ka jongi ni lawan a ki city ki lai kon degot ki nong mi khmat ki jongi bat kumju sau siap ban dawa da ka su ka bacam ba de ban pensistem no ban ai được sản xuất đấy năng và ban lạ ban file charge sheet và ban pensistem ni ki beri bodam kam mereka jing sa sediap ba si thank you kat kum ka finding juga inquiry report
Ibu Polri
Kani ka don cuba jumpa por, kapor kepala abun hilak sim. Nado sedang kubangan menerap yang habang idawa yang suspend no. Ya kita kulit kepada keti. Siang orang ngimla bandai ngin up ya katakan report jeng kuari pemukti. Mentah on la mi report dulu ngai ka government ka snapjar. Bat kani ka jeng snapjar jong sarkar. Lada kam sai kam le halor kani ka report kan pau syaitar ba sarkar kan hi ba da kabor kan le ya kai ka baka ka tumu. Mangiru bang ngatari selesar pai ba dengan bulu nyotoram. Untuk kuat nak kawahi bayar ni kematian IT no CBI bandon ki investigation bandon ki filing charge sheet kang pakai ying ka seri pada kan yo on pendekam ya kebentar ke jongkai pi haka reply jong CM le remarks of government haka tu report abo ong bakila don kita ki excessive use of force jong tactical team 1 CM wong kana ba ngin call explanation tengi dengan jong yang I can explain apa ka ying ka seri kayin ka sering dari ka kedan ko biang tam bakin ai ka report ki ni ki bakin ya sak kan betajong ki ande kam deh bentar jong sarkar mangin kwa baka ka government jong ka sarkar jila jong ni kan kini do wat ki ikhtiar ka bor jong kayin ka sering kena kan yang jong ni yang scam bat ngin aku ni tiru kini ki kiwi political party dong mikmat kin lai penderut ki dong mikmat jong ni kam tam ne ki badan mentah ka sarkar MD jong ni bakin le nomor bang i haduk mentahi kisu snapjar kai ka tahu berpeluang kimat snapjar kan jengki dak cekli bahe ba balik ki snapjar bai balik ki mong ke kan ni kan ni ka bentar jongki banjuba bang atrai poi ba pasta but mi kwa ba kan ni ka yin jing ba just feel thank you in yo noi ka jong share hok ba ki kilai ya sa na do la kan selam ma selam tam ta
Hadian ke jing up community jong ki babun lanu on la ban sna pendep ya ke hotel ke bah kendai lat ya ke babaro ki tip kum ka hotel Kroboro menta usnem lala ban sna pendep ya ke ni hotel ke bala simpor hadu lai pun usnem tam bat ha si tho ding ju kata yo menteri rang ba ke jela o Conrad ki sangma ula IT bat play ya ke ni ke 5-star hotel ya ke bala tip menta kum ka Taj Vivanta
U Conrad Kongkal Sangma ula player ber IT Ushabi ha ka Deep Shikharau kabelang ke Executive Vice President jong ke Indian Hotel Company Limited ban peniat no yang ke 5-star hotel ke bening kong ha ka jela ka Taj Vivanta ha ka balaidon lang menteri ketenat jong okai uba snyau balang dhar u chairman jong ke Meghalaya Tourism Development Corporation usaleng Sangma ki head officer sarkar ki trai jig hotel boper bat kiwi Habakran nak jingalang menteri rangba uluong baka jing play ke hotel kelong ke ke bansa kan mau ke jela. Bat kapan pauru ke kubor jong ke jing don ke jingkermen. Bat ba om day ban kenran dian habamat iginu ke jing e. Uluong bak sarkar kelap hai khamat bahasa ki project bat ki mat ke belasa ateng la slamba. Ya ke bagi pat ba ke la kemi linti ba anom la benda e setia. Menteri rangba uluong baka jingla ban sna pendep ke project kedai namar ka jingdon benta jong barok dan nok senyang ban pentikna bagade ban poi syakathong bat kani kala urlong menta uluong ba da jing IY lai postnem ka Meghalaya Tourism Development Corporation ya ke hotel kan yo ka khajna ka bakot kalat ke sispa klur tengga bat kani kan penlong ya ke MTDC ka bakhlan ha ka jingdon ne ka pisa bat ke sarkar ka khmilenti bakan yo ka khajna leng ba ka GST ka bankot palat ka sanspa klur tengka tang na ka hotel u Conrad Kongkal Sangma ulong baki brio ki batrai ha ka ne ka 5-star hotel kumba prapo nak sispa ke diginong song jong ka jela bat bros kata ki hab manik tre sabar hendri menta ki yo kalat bantrai hala ka jong ka jela ban chupen kan mau naduk kesenam syajar kendai spa prapusan la sedang ya kejing temu bantai ya ka 5-star hotel kebelatip kum ke hotel Kroboro akan dailat hendrai kesenam kelayat bat ki sarkar kilalet bat kilawan bat syamli i kidak asian ban peniat cekmat ya kajing pendap ke hotel bat kala syusa kumto hendrai hadian lai pun riu senam tam lala ban sna pendap ya ke hotel
this really is a very historic day for the people of Meghalaya. For us who have been in Shillong for some time, have seen and realized that this is not just a completion of a hotel. In some sense, it's kind of a positive hope and a kind of a message, a kind of really a challenge for us, which we overcame. And really, it's very difficult for somebody who has not been associated with this project to realize that. But it's not a completion of a hotel. It's really, as I said, it's the entire hope that we can do things that sometimes was thought that would not happen. So I think it's a very, very positive message that comes out of what we are doing today. It's much bigger than just a hotel. That everybody sitting in this room has contributed in one way or the other to making sure that this hotel has reached where it is. We may have played a part in pushing things at the right time with the right effort and monitoring things, but I think everybody has done their part and their role. Our chief secretaries, Mr. Rao is there, Mr. Thank You is there, Kong Rebecca is here, all the past MDs who have been here by Hector, Mr. Prashant Nayak, Kong Rebecca of course, and of course our chief secretary himself. So therefore, a lot of work has gone into this, and I'm sure that each one sitting in this room, those who have been directly involved in this project, of course you feel the sense of satisfaction. But I think all of us who cross this road every day, seeing this building every day, also have a sense of satisfaction that finally, that there is something happening. And it's see, tourism is not about a hotel. Tourism is not just about a nice destination or a nice waterfall. It's an entire ecosystem that you develop. It's an entire process that's put into place. It's this entire system that has to be created. You need the infrastructures that have to be there. You need the logistical support that needs to come in. You need the communication systems to be there for transportation. You need the manpower to be there, to be ready to be able to serve. You need the drivers in the taxis who are driving the people to be well trained. It's a full process and a system that has to be in place for tourism to develop. And hence, if you look at what is happening in the last 4.5 years, every effort that we've been trying to put in is adding up to this big picture, this big piece of making Meghalaya a high-end tourism destination and ensuring that we come up on the top.
Kumshi benta ban kan mau buram ya kalengku sngi kha ka ban nyopu wei jo unong seng ya ka Bethany Hospital Shillong u Dr. John L. Sailo ran tatiang pampua hedwar ublei ha ka la sngi ublei jong ka tayo la penlong ya ka memorial oration ban kan mau buram ya uni orang ba u bade benengkong hapok kejela ubala klak no na ka klam jingpang COVID-19. Hakani kasngi u Chancellor jong Martin Luther Christian University u Dr. Glenn C. Kharkongor ula ajing keren kerpang hakabede ba ka GM jong Dr. Sailo hakabale dan lang ka Medical Superintendent jong ka Bethany Hospital ka Dr. Rebecca Kharsai Thiang, Dr. Sharon Lungdo, Consultant Oncologist ki Dr. ki Nurse bat kiwi ki bela khot sobha u Dr. Glenn ula ong ba ka GM jong Dr. Sailo kalong kum ka jing IMC bi ki pat Balang ba ka jing Tresitam met bat mensiem bat ka jing don ye ka jinget ke bas kem ulala ban pen urlong ye ka thong ka ba udon bat ban kenti ke emlang salang ula kentu ye baro ba ki de ban ai ka jing trelang ban shimkhia ha ka be de bi ki jing e ha ka liang ka kot ka khia ha ka jela da ka ba bot ikinuksa kom balapen I da Dr. Sailo Banele banra dengkong ya ka jing pang tuberculosis ni TB Haribhoi district ha ka sihat majai jong kata yo ka office jong ka district tuberculosis officer Ribhoi district kala penlong ye ka jing pensau thu pai ba ya ka thong jong ka sarkar pedeng banra dengkong ya ka ni ka jing pang bat ya ka jing ajing yarap ya kinang pang TB lengba ka Pradhan Mantri TB Mukt Bharat Abhiyan
Banang pesutho patba halor ka thong jong ka sarkar pedeng ya ka senjam banrat dengkong no ka jing pang tuberculosis bat kumju halor ka scheme menyerap ya ki bri ku bayo ya ka TB ka belatep kum ka Pradhan Mantri TB Mukt Bharat Abhiyan ka office jong ka district tuberculosis officer ka district Ribhoi kala penlong da ka jing yalang ha ka conference hall jong ka office deputy commissioner Hanongpo lawan baneshim bentalang ha ka program da ba sosthanis sotun MLA ka jirang Ubaar Karbi Keu ADC, Dr. M. Mauri State Tuberculosis Officer, Dr. E. Kalwing District Tuberculosis Officer, Dr. M. N. Marak Medical and Health Officer ke Governor's House, bat kiwe ke officer nak tenat ke kot kakya, bat ke bala syakot skobha. Ha kajingkran lampang labatai syai bagani ke skim kebala tip kum ka Pradhan Mantri TB Mukt Bharat Abhiyan. Kadai ka weni ki skim bala play pat ba da ka Presiden kari ka Draupadi Murmu. Ha ka khandai trik unailar arhajar arpuar. Kabalong ru ka weni ki thong ban rat dengkhong ya kajingpang TB kat da ka senam arhajar arpusan. Balang bagani ke skim anla ban plela di kinong syong shnong jongkari bagan thup nado kinong mikmat ki officer kinong bay pisa ki bahe banirap ban bay pisa nagbanta kitu ki bangat akan ke jingpang kat ke bakila bar kumjuru ban jet kat nungut kila ban bay pisa na ke benta mensumar ya ki bapang TB. Dr. M. Mauri ha ke jingkran baginong thok kubor ule tho bayakan ke skim lahap ban pesutho pat ba lor ke jingdon kam manwan chakamat kinong syong shnong kari ban ai ke jingkershan ha ke ban rat dengkhong ya kan ke jingpang. Hagaba ulapan pau ru batang haga jala Meghalaya ki beriu ke bayo ke TB kidon nado 1,000 hado 1,000 ngot ye. Bat kumba lai hajar san pulai ngot kidang syak sumar bat kumba ars pangut kinong pangpat ki klat no nagan ke jingpang man la kesnem. Kumta ulong bakalong kebedan kam kerki bagi pat bat nong syok shnong ke jala Meghalaya bagin ai ke jingit trailang bat banirap ki bor ke Sarkar India banrat ikene ke jingpang. Da kabano senyang lengba kene ke skim. Da kaba ki khot kerpang ru ya kinong mikmat ki riu shimet ki try company bagi seng bhalang bat kiwei ban shim bentalang ha kene ke skim. Da ka register lengba ka app Nikshe Mitra lane ban email ha ka dtomgrbh@rntcp.org. Ha ka ba kajing no senyang kan long gumbah nru benai na ka benta kajing sumari we unong pang TB. Ka ba kham ai men siam ha ka ni kesngi ka long man ka liang uba Sostenis Sotun UMLA ke jirang ulong uwe na ke bala mi syakmat ban shimekarai ban ai ka jingerap bai sumar kinong pang TB kumba shpongut ka ban long 10,000 tengka shibenai ki bare na ka jirang constituency. Ha ka ba ya ka ni ka jingerap senyang sumar ya ki bayo ke TB ya ki shpongut kan long kumbalai senam ganti.
Ti menta kejing kalong ba kumno kay wan siya kata kejing penduk jai ya kini kejing pang. Nomor gede ke ba kemudian ke besuk men penduk jai ya kita ka ya kini kejing pang TV. Ti dena ta kedau na pedang bon ki program bangi lale. Menta kawan sekali ke program ke bong TV Pradhan Menteri TV Mukt Bharat Abhiyan. Kebala launch da Prime Minister da ka Presiden jungi haka khandai trik benai bala dep September. Ti hapo ani ka program lakhot subha yakinong syong jo kari India. Khamtam yakitu ki bala badan kala kum yaki wat ya ki kini corporate ki try jo ki karkhana ki bahe lane ki businessman ki bahe lane yaki representative ki MLA jungi ki MDC jungi ki minister jungi wat ye ki priupat baru ki officer ki wat ki noi kai school nan baro ki badan kamon ki la banwan syakmat ban yarap ya ki nongpang TB hoi ke Sarkar India haka jingsha na kaliang jongka kala le ya ka ban yarap khandiat ya ki nongpang kumasi ong no fitip baro ba manlau nongpang TB hadien ba pila diagnose case pinap ayo account number jong phi hakitu ki staff jengi nang ta man lau benai pio ya ka pisa san spa si benai ya kani ka ba shu transfer directly sya ka account jo phi mun syang kan mau ngisi ai da pisa nai menta la khamsuk sibun namar ba ki shu transfer direct sya ka bank account jo phi ti tang kani ru ngiso bangin nai hi sya ka jing pendu jat ya ka jing pang kani kampat biang tina ta ka ka Sarkar India kala sim sa kani ka we karai ka program hakaba la request ekipat nong syong snong banjadan bentalang hakajing rap yakini ki papang TB hoi kajing temu gade banyarap ndai kajing temu ka bakham kong san kalong kumnu ban penyajan iki briu baro sekinong pang TB na balai bangin dan syuk ta kajing super ha bangi pang TB kajing pang TB kamdai kajing pang ka bangi dei ban sole rai kamdai kajing pang kada bangin ska ka bakham ka ba ngimdei ban yathu briu ke jingpang TV ke jingpang ke ba menu la ban yo dan kamdan kero yanu la ban yo khulung ki khna ki temen du ki yo tena ta kada dan kam man le rai na mala dai le rai nei ni buri kata ngina hon rai ke jing sniu ta ka bangi pen priang ye ke tu ke jingpang
Haswa ba uba Hubert Paliar rengkat bat kiwi pat ki nong ye khun kti kin bi no na kajala ban le ishimta ha ka arm wrestling championship ka ban long ha Turkey ha ka sihat majai jong kata yo kila ai kublei ya ki kunhun ba per bat ru yo menteri rang ba kajala ki bla ajing yarap ban yo le ishimta ha ka jing ko ye khun kti ha ka ni kelempung uba Hubert Paliar uba na mauli ba nong Swan West Khasi Hills wala omla ban keren Henry namar ke jingdon ia kasap elek kai ula sakjiet ban mikmat ia kari India haka arm wrestling world championship ke ban long ha Turkey naduk ka khat saw haduk ka praterik mentau benai ka kuriam uba Hubert ka kong Mariam Thangkiu habai kren bikinong patai kubor kala ong ba ka jingyo alat jong ba Hubert ban mikmat ia kari ka dei leng ba ka jingyarap jong kini pat ba kinong elam snong kinong elam niam kiseng ba ki kinhun ba per kunthop ru yu menteri rang ba ka jala o Konrad ke sangma kalapen pau ia ka jing songu ya baro ki bla ai jingyarap ba dei leng ba ka jingyarap ka jong ki ba uba Hubert ula yo ekalat ban le isimenta ha ka jing ko ban pen ia ka sap ka phong ka udon ha ka jing khun kti kalai thu ba ki dan sau pusan ngut kinong e khun kti na po ri India ki ban le isimenta ha ka ni jing ko bat khatwe ngut na preng jong ki kilong na po ka jala Meghalaya
tingi bu ta kacing karpat pa baro khakin bu lang ta kacing duai ba in la pan uble hi un riu sumari i kata kal dinti yat kacing i ba jengai bat ba ha bi dan hap ta ka ta ka bet ka ba ilong kumni ba im yo sko ba im lai ban karan tingi bu ta kata hi kacing karpat bat na kaliang ka jong arung ai ku ble ya paro khat ki ba la no senyang ru ya kata ka dei kacing senyo senyang ka ba pelang ya ta ki pelang ya ta ka du rio ba ma mesti yo atu bukan ni kalat ba im yo ban mi khmat chati ti nakaliang hi ka jonga hi ngamdani ai ban ai phir rai masngan bu ngan kan pau be ki ching roi ba ble hi uri unang the kita ki ching ka khu ki ching ka do ya phi ba phin bha ka ta ka mai ka chi ba pinang la ru ban penya chaprang ta ka kam ka ba phi hi phi don na do min siam ban ya rap le mi ki para min siam ba la deng ki la ki don ki banta ki ba kham kar ki ba kham don kam ki ba don kam ni ka ta ka hak ba
Ka Megha Kayak Festival arajar arpuar ne kejing kop King Lieng ha White Water Village Tham Ribhoi District kabala penlong da Ribhoi Water Sports and Tourism Cooperative Society Limited kelas dang ha kasi pelai jong kata yo bat kani kejing kop kala long ka basong shit da kejing wani shimbenta da kinong King Lieng na keleng kiri kuntop wat ye ki belai shimbenta bat job ha ka Olympic
Kajingnya kop geng liang kabla pauna makiwa kabla tip kum ka Megha Kayak Festival arajar arpuar. Kabali ru kesian kebasan kabla penlong negeri Ribhoi Water Sports and Tourism Cooperative Society Limited. Rengkat kajingnya terilang bat gatenat jengokai pertai kejala Meghalaya. Kelas sedang haka khatlai terik urisau arajar arpuar haka shnong kabla tip kum ka White Water ha Tham haka distrik Ribhoi. Hagani kejing kop King Liang la sakhiru balawan manishim benta da kinong King Liang ki bapau nam ha ka perthai ki balong ru ki ladu ak perthai bat ki bami khamat ru ha kejing lakai Olympic na ka lengkiri paken thop lang ye kinong King Liang na ka negeri India bat kum bakat san ngot na ka jela Meghalaya bladat manishim benta ha kejing kop nya Liang ha ka national level kayaking competition ke belalong ha Kerala. Ha kejing keren beginong penyihat kini kejing kop King Liang ke belalong ha Tham ke distrik Ribhoi. Uian Vincent bat ke Sheila Vincent ke lepen pau bagathong belapen long yakum kini kejing kop ke bapau nama ke pertai Hibro Kowei ke di nomor kejing temu ban penlong ya ke jela Meghalaya kum Kowei ni kejakai kop King Liang ke bapau nam tang hagar India nrai ke pertai Hibro Kowei. Bat kerpang ru ban penirengkat kerdan ha kejing kun nya Liang kat kum ki kerdan jang ke Olympic. Kejingwan bani shim bentarik nong yakun kiba la benanam bat kibalong kinong job kene kejing yakun ha ke perthai bat ru kibalong kinong yakun ha ke Olympics.
So this 5th edition we have many nations. How many nations have come?
15 to 18 countries.
We have around 18 nations are here and the present world champion is here, Matthias Vega, And also the second in the world is here, Giovanni Di Genoa. He is the second in the world. So the first and second ranked here in the world, right here. And some those who have participated in Olympic Games are here, and some of the best kayakers in the world. Some of them are here, and they all are they're drawn to Meghalaya because the rivers in Meghalaya are very challenging, even more challenging than Himalayas. Yes, because they are steeper. Meghalaya rivers are more steep, so this attracts the extreme kayakers. Attracts the best in the world. It's the most challenging rivers in the world.
Recovered well, made a good start, off he goes down the course. Only 11 years old, youngest competitor at the event.
My name is Yuzil Yangrai. I stay in Shillong Whitewater Village in Umtham, and I am 11 years old.
So did you experience?
It was good.
Is there any challenges?
Challenges. There was a class 3 rapid at the bottom, so
That's the challenge.
yes.
So
It was 2 minutes 32 seconds.
okay,
Along with me, 11.
11. Okay. What is your message?
Trying and never give up.
Kinong yalam Karibhoy Water Sports and Tourism Cooperative Society kilong wala kidan shibun kijeng akaban nang tentiau yakne kamelakai sports nomor kadai ka bakamrem da ka benta kidong yishim benta nrei da kijingwan chakamat kibor ke sarkar jela Meghalaya ban ai kijing terilang kamtam ban bei pisa kum ka kenhuan kidon kijing kermen baken nangla ban penurlong ya kijing temu ban penlong ya kene kejaka kum ka wei kejaka ai jihikai ka bananam hakari brokowei bat kum juru kum kawe ni jakai lakai king liang hak prathai nang ta kabala ban kentiu gi khon samla ke jela ke bang nuat ban shim banta hagane kajat jinge lakai.
So as far as the kayaking festival here goes, this is the 5th edition of the kayak festival, but this is one of the biggest editions, and thanks to like the Meghalaya Tourism and thanks to the Ribhoy Cooperative Society, they have made this possible. It's a good there's a good prize money. It's among the highest amount of prize money for any kayaking competition in the world, which is why we've attracted a lot of people for this competition. Almost 60 to 70 participants are there today. We have about 18 to 20 different nationalities. We have people from France, we have people in Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic, we have people from New Zealand, people from Mexico, America, from all 4 corners of the world. A lot of kayakers from India also have come. People have come from Uttarakhand, people have come from Karnataka, people have come from Kerala. So I would say that this is like one of the biggest adventure sports festivals that is happening in India right now, or even Asia, in terms of like the kind of quality of athletes that are there competing at this festival. So, and also for the athletes, they are very happy to be here because Meghalaya has a lot of like amazing rivers from medium rivers to like very hard rivers. So all the international athletes that have come from different places, they are really enjoying being in Meghalaya with the weather. Now it's changing, it's becoming a little bit nicer. And also the flows are pretty strong, and the competition here, people have got a place to stay, and the setting is so beautiful that I think everybody, including the organizers, are having a great time over here.
Kino yishim benta ke banabari wala poi shakane ke jaka ke kentop kino yishim benta ha ke jing kon Olympic bagentop ya u Giovanni Di Gennaro na Italy, ka Sofia Reynoso na Mexico, ka Vavra Radilek na Czech Republic, inong job ki bala banana magperthai ki bagentop ya u Noria Newman na France, badu Adrian Martin na Germany.
Can't see from here.
Can you share something about this sporting happening for the first time, maybe first time here?
Yes.
How do you share something about your experience?
It's awesome here. I love it. I'm super happy to be in India and it's great.
Yeah, it's my first time too and I'm enjoying it. I'm trying to reach as much people as I can and enjoy as much paddling as possible. I really love it.
We're competing in the professional category.
Yeah.
So can you share about this location here? How do you feel? Since you have been practicing so you share about that?
Yeah, it's really nice. The weather is changing a lot during day by day, so we need to adapt every time. The rapid is quite fun, and to put some slalom gates, it makes it even more interesting. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hard, and it's gonna be like really, really a good memory when we come back to our country. What about you?
Yeah, I really like it here. Meghalaya is a really cool place, and I'm really happy and thankful to be here.
This is like about a class 3 to class 4 section, which means it is medium to hard difficulty, and it's a great place to train people, you know. So if you all can maybe set up like a proper kayaking center over here with like access to equipment, because you have the access to the river. If you can coordinate like the schedules with the dam upstream, so there is water like for a couple of hours a day, I think this can be like one of the best centers in this country for the sport, you know, for training of this sport. So in fact, from the 2024 Olympics, this particular discipline that we are going to have, the race that we are going to have on the 15th, that is set to become an Olympic sport. And we want to like showcase that we can execute or organize a race for that Olympic sport right over here, so that this can automatically become the center for that particular race in India.
I think it's one of the best sports. I really love to enjoy the river and the nature. I think it gives you a view that is not common, and we managed to paddle in places where there are no people. It's just something that you can only reach by kayaking. And I think it's really good to develop something also here in India, so we can meet your athletes around the world in other competitions.
I would say that take care of your rivers because you guys have a paradise, and keep developing the sport and fight for your dreams.
Thank you very much.
Haswa begini ya sakmat bagi kubor ke jongi ini penkenau biang ya kimat bakong san menta kata yo. Penbenau James pikir sang ma badi ben penduk pendam no ya ka an khalai ba onami ke kenduk pendam. On perking ya kerkom kit di udoyong ubadan hagajela. Let kawang sentiu ke hito ya ke sekretariat ying sa UCM bat ya ke office rekam ke NPP bat BJP. Hadin live news nem ke jing simpor khaddu khadwai la pli ya ke hotel ke badan hakandailan. Wani shimenta kinong job bat kinong ile kai ha ke Olympic. Ha ka mega kai fest arhajar ar ha tham. Bat arngut kirang he doksa kin mikmat ke jela ha karensan amateur Olympia ha Mumbai. Ka adventurous new trip off-roaders ia ka belatip ka ahor ha ka prateri urisau kala penhak perdana ia ka 4th edition 4x4 ahor off-road challenges 2022 ni ka jingi ko nya kali ha kilenti ki ba khoru kharam bat badap ka kti bat kani ka jingi ko kala kreng ki pat ba ban pet ka ia ka sap ka jong kinong nya kali ki belai simbenta ha kani ka jingi ko
Kalumpung jengekop nya kali kelenti ki bakoro ko aram lani hekilum ki wa bat ka kti bala penlong de kan hon jong ka adventurous new trip off-roaders ahor kebelatip kum ka 4th edition 4x4 ahor off-road challenges Hajar Al-Quar kebelane arsni la penha perdana de jeng pun nya kali jeng kedeng sim benta hakikat dan boper bat ki bela peniap nya ekipat nong saki ya ke jeng pun kebelalong ha ka praterik urisau Hajar Al-Quar ya kene ke jeng kop nya kali hekilum ki wa bat kelenti ki bakoro ko aram la pen km biang da kinong lam ka ahor ha ka snam jong ka bawan hadian jong snam Hajar ka kandai Hajar Al-Pau namar ka jinglen shop aklam COVID-19 ha kene ke jeng kop nya kali kelenti ki bakoro ko aram bat kilum ki wa bala penlong da ka ahor lawan bani sim benta ka kumba ar punya wot kinong nya kali ke sim benta ha ka stock category bat kandai ngot ha ka modified category ki bakan thobru ki lai ngot kilong keme ki bale sim benta ha ka stock category ki no sim benta ki bala khor ya kana mlado akane ke jeng kop nya kali ha ka modified category ya kana mlado la yora dau mandila snong bri ha ka kerdan baar la yo do Ralph lengdo nong pure bat ha ka kerdan balai la yo do Sandi Cliff Marbanyang ha ka stock category unam tam balai ora kana job kala lek sha u ban lampang marbo ha ka kerdan baar la yo do Sani Binongrom bat ka kerdan balai la yo da u dayai ne paliar ha kene ke je kop nya kali na kaliang ka ahor kala ai bentalem ru ye kene sim benta ke diklong kemir ha ka balai ngot kene sim benta kelang ki kentai kle kun ha ka stock category bat ka nam tam ha kene ke jing kun kala lek sha ka Chelsea bersat ke beliau ora ya ka nam lado buat sadaka FI pajat haka kedan baar bat kekedan kebalai kelalej syaka lam bahadaka patlong. Lawan ban penhap perdana agni kejunya kop nya akali kakeduh na hor do menteri kesorkar jela uba kermen shela kongsan. Haka jingidon lang uba Sunshine Makri uba Damian Umdor presiden ka hor lalor kiwe-kiwe kinong kitkam ka hor.
The winner of the female category.
Hadian bakamet jong ba tiklu jerwa ubala klat no na kajing tap ha ulum tha Draupadi ka danda 2 Uttarakhand kalawan poi ka nong ba Shillong ki bahaya ngasem ha kasi hat majai jong tayo ila pendep no ye kajing le buram ba khaddu ha ulum jing tem jong ka balang Presbyterian Lumparing.
Gamet kebasa jong uba tiklu jerwa belaklat no na kajing Syaban ha ulum tha ha Uttarakhand. Kalawan poi ha kamit jong sni ublei ha kebaki bahayang bahasem kila pediang da kebayam pangnuat halor ka jing do no elau bahayang. Ya gamet jong uba tiklu layo sei ha kasni sajan bala penkit no da keling sun na kakat ling sun Dehradun. Balawan ra sya kakat ling sun yang Guwahati bat nang ne pat lara da kali ya kena gamet ban penpoi sya ka yeng sa jong u kebadan ha apa Lumparing ha Shillong. Ki pulet, ki officer sorkar bat ki bahayang bahasem, kila senran ke met jong ubat tiklu, hado bandapoi ke yengsa. Bat ki pat nong syong shnong kila mi ban pediang burom me kena met. La ban kedau hang ne ba ubat tiklu jerwa ula klat no, ha ka jing syatap ha ulum tha Draupadi ka dandi tu, ha ka sau terik mata ubenai. Balayo ban sei pat de met jong u, ha ka prat terik mata ubenai risau. Keladon sau puingut kinong ki ulum rengkat bat kinong ai jihikai ki blalet isim bantah hak advanced mountaineering course jong ka Nehru Institute of Mountaineering Uttarkashi. Nrei kapor bikidang ke ulum tha Draupadi ka Dandi tu uni ulum tha ulat tua kensan bad uli yo ban ki arp kendai ngut kat bakat arngut ki weipat ki lalat im. Kakenhun jong State Disaster Response Force, NIM, Air Force, HAWS, Indian Army, ITBP bat kiwei kilalit wat bat kilayo bansai arpunyo teli kimet bat kidang persyang banwat sai kimet jong ki arngut ki barang sakut hauni ulum tha. General Secretary ka Meghalaya Sport Climbing and Mountaineering Association uba walambok lengdok marshilong. Uloong ba kadai kejing penyat bastat jong ublay balayo bansai kimet jong uba tiklu bat kiwei pat kinong ki ulum. Namar bun sien julap syo ekamet jong kinong ki ulum ha bagi syatap ulum tha. Bat la dalap ru kan cimpor deki posnem. Uli tho bakinong ai jing kai kila pente bo tiklu udai ubat bet ba. Bat uba klantam na barok kinong ki ulum, bat uba tiklu la syatap ulum tha akapor udang yalam na kmat ka kenhun. Uba walambok uli tho bagajing pendep bagajing li anyam ka bakat do ya uba tiklu kan long haka katwe trik Risau ha ulum jing tep joka balang Presbyterian halum paring.
Kendu kum kayeng ya ka bangim poi perkhat. Om dei tang kayeng ke jongi hene kayeng jong kitu ki arfu khandai ngut ki ba ngina yo sai menta tang arfu nyau teli kimet na tu krewas. Bar menta ki sa stang arteli menin ya yo recover kawai. Tagi so tan ba ni ai ngo yo blai hamtam bula yalam bula ai ka bor bakan mi na yeng 48 hours continuously ngala continue ka journey jonga haru bangar poi hayeng. Bat haju ka poru ba Marsen poi hapo helipad hangte hapo matli Uttarkashi kalawan ka helicopter ngalai i adang lai ta helicopter. I have seen the helicopter that carried the body, then we stay there but habang lai hangta tinga ngayo ka phone call ba kamet kala kajong itiklu kala poi la de recognize nang te na po kem1 te so bha ban wan ban pe la ka de ne kam de onda ngala le hangta ngasem ba ka de kamet kajong i but video call saying bagan yo ban pen I yaki kham bakin so hun kaman sim ba at least we have recovered the body from the crevasse. Now this kind of cases haba ki half ki body ha mountain ha avalanche nim ju kham yo shu ekamet. It takes 20 years 30 years to recover back that body from the avalanche or from any snow mountain. The ha por I ngo yo blai ba at least ka body jong tiklu ngila yo ban recover ban ra par chayeng kumne
atum kini ki jingjang ila ko kini ki baja tengkhat na ki buju ja barabor ko ngila mo bichu
hajin sha kane ka jingjia kim ka avalanche mo kamju khamja ko hi la san post nem kane ka institute mentak layat but kade one of the best institute hapo Asia but ki bri ki one training hane ki one Europe Naru Korea, Naru Japan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, kiwan baru banon training hapo Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, banyo ya kata training banlong kinong kiulum. Te kane ka scene ka baningkong ka ba nyo snowboard ka haka history nyo ka Indian mountaineering of training mo ka ba jabat ka bala ngat ya kane ka jing mansao ka ba kamju kamja kot haka kalang 1 out of 1000 kum mangi yu nong li kulum ngi kwa hei bangin long top bangin long best mo bangin lai bangin apply ya kata performance ka jongi mo nga ki instructor menin hana ka institute ki ong bakila nominate ye as a best student of the course number out of shispa arfu arngut na pedeng shispa arfu arngut he is one of the best and the strongest but how ju ka poru kidan sangut ki bajit ban long ban yo top out of 5 current competition te hakalas di ituklu yo number 1 out of 122 but yo ban lead ka team de hakatu ka por ke ba lead ma ka team baka ja kata ka jingja te ka ja long ya ka bala thau ban wan kata ka slap ka avalanche singin haban priang kata mo te kare kata ka bangara susi so pai da nut bang habang snow ba ka training course ba haju ka por kila don ki ba survive ki khat sangut kila tip ka location hangnu ba ja kata ka avalanche hangnu ba don ki victim te maki hi ki bala save ya tu ya ka location jong GPS location mo ya ka coordinates ana kila save ya ka tu ki sawana shopo but ka rescue team bar ki habor ba ki wan sei be kila tip hangnu wan sei hanrei kawi ke jingja ha ka expedition ngi ong expedition ngilej omdan mano kum pangajulej manga philai ini gidur ke bedan hangne kate ke expedition wei phila ha omdan batip mano sei phila ha takamot asuja da ki post nem teka jingjia how arjar khanyau tu parlo janga ubade one of the best mountaineer ha ka prathai u Martin Moran mo da fipe ka website finsai Martin Moran ureu euta ma u how arjar khanyau uja hang ta haulum ubang da ngilej mai hagini kisnem hi kamet ju khamyo isu hadu manta teki bahaying hadu manta na London ki ong ya government of India ngin pha visa pha rescue ba ye ki bri ban le wa de kamet ka jong te kat no tam ngada ai ngu e blai ba ngi dang yo ban retrieve ya kamet itiklu idang yo on phaying kan no ka jing thang man siam la ma I in suja chalum ma te kan ka jing lam basta jong blai ba hang tu la proof ba ngi ki nong me khaliang di ki bri ba khlan ba khamtam ka association jangi ka pa hang tu ki sipairu haju ko por ki da ya ro shisha ya ka jing tibet ke chongi ba ki instructor ki da ya ro shisha ki ong kumbalong ma phi lo bot ya phi haru ka ta ka lang ka jing ai man sim ka jong ki una da ra sayo man sim
da ka tu khubor ngi la poi sa ka ba kut jong ka tu khubor ngi ta ka ta yo yang se sempat bat phi la sem te yo ha ka ju ka si ha ka ju ka pot sa chi sem pa